Yo, welcome back to another video. I hope that you guys are good. Um, so let's talk about last week, right? This is NASDAQ. I actually did miss a few of these entries here, but I'm happy that it went according to the plan. If I was watching this, I would have taken this buy here. This is a beautiful, beautiful setup, but I missed it. Also on US30, US30, I actually saw this one, but the stop loss would have been too big for me, so I had to let it go. Then AUD USD, again, this one I missed it. Yeah, I missed this buy here when it came back here. So I could have set a buy limit order, but I didn't, so I missed this. And then gold, I caught the buy here. I got the buy here, and the TP was hit. I sent this to the VIP. Everybody ate, and that was good. So Bitcoin, it was not there on my watch list. I only added it. It's gonna be here moving forward because the VIP members actually requested that because they also want to trade during the weekend. So me personally, I like to trade VIX 75 because for one, um, the market is open 24/7. Even through the weekend and all that stuff. So some of the members they like to trade Bitcoin. So I was like, you know what, it's cool. Let's just edit them. But let's talk about this week. This week, and I don't even think too much things have changed. So I didn't wanted to say something to say like this is how consistency looks like when it comes to trading. I know you might be like, yo, what is consistency? But this is what consistency looks like. I'm being consistent trading the same thing. You understand? And you need to treat trading like a business. You understand what I'm saying? You need to have your, how do you say this? Okay, let me use the analogy of like you have a shop, right? I feel like everybody might be able to relate to this. You have a shop, right? And then inside your shop, you have different products that sell. Maybe people buy them faster, whatever the case, they keep bring you the most money. All that stuff matters. So this is me. I chose this watch list to say like, you know what, with this watch list, I'm good because I'm familiar with NASDAQ, US30, and AUD, USD, and gold. Also, Bitcoin. I've traded Bitcoin before, and it's tradable. I can still do it. So you choose those things. You don't have to trade exactly what I'm trading, but what I'm saying is choose the pairs and stick with them. As time goes on, you become familiar with them. You are able to, even the fear goes away. You know what I think? Because I understand a lot of people, when it comes to this trading stuff, they have a lot of fear. You find that someone analyzes very good, but when it comes to executing and taking those trades, they have this fear. Sometimes you have fear because you're not familiar with with whatever that you're looking at. So the more you do it every day, and I wanna advise you guys something. Always take the longest route. What do I mean? Like if you wanna get consistent, right? Always use the smallest risk possible. You understand? Never mind about making profits quick, whatever. Think about like next week, you still want to be trading, right? So there's no need for you to risk all of your money right here on this trade. Just imagine if I put I go full margin. I know a lot of people do that, right? Just imagine this trade here, right? And I go full margin and I'm like, yeah, because the strategy works and all these things. Now I want to go full margin. Just imagine, and then a stop loss hits me like this, and I risked everything here. But now, what are you gonna do? You're gonna start blaming the market. You're gonna blame the brokers, all kinds of things, right? You start crying. You start. Well, in fact, if you risk small enough, you know what I'm saying, and let it build, because even next week, 3 weeks from now, 2 days from now, however it is next, you still wanna be here, right? But anyway, that's something for another day. Here, now let's talk about this week, right? I don't think too much has changed here. Still very much in a bullish market structure. The only thing that I would say here um, is we just have to catch up with where the price is currently. You know what I'm saying? So the setup is still very much the same. You know, I want to see the price continue to. push up unless otherwise, you know, we get a break like from here. So this is what I want to show you guys. All right. So okay, let me remove this and then I'm gonna edit up there. So here two things can happen, right? If the price continues to break this here, that means you know no, let's put it like this. If the price continues to move up there and continues to break that, what it means is that this buy market structure like it continues to be stronger. But if it breaks this, right, then it means the direction of the market structure has changed. Now, with this, it means you just all you have to do, you just have to catch up with where like the what is this? Where the current price is at right now. That's all. That's your job. You understand? Me, I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the price to come back somewhere here into the zone, or it could be somewhat in here, or it doesn't even necessarily have to be all the way here, but yeah, something like this. So that's what I'm waiting to see to say like the price. Yeah, let me explain this to you guys. So to say like as long as the price does not break below here, it's also allowed to stay and to play around inside here. It's allowed to do that. It can come and bounce off here, continue to go up. It can come and bounce off here and then continue to go up as long as it did not break below the whole thing there. So let me try to do this and I hope y'all can see this clearly. All right, let's try to do that. All right, so this is the setup. You understand? For us to continue here, if the price comes and breaks here, you already know what to expect. You understand what I'm saying? So now with this in mind, this is the setup. This is the trading plan. This is what I want to see. Now it becomes a simple thing. If any of these things don't happen, then I don't trade. I don't take the trade. You understand what I'm saying? It's all about patience and you waiting for the price to give you your setups. You understand? And then on top of all that, while we're waiting for these setups, when we do get the trade, now you have to keep in mind that the past success does not guarantee the future success. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. That's why you have to control what you can control, which is how much you risk. Because no matter what, no matter how confident I feel about this, let's say the price does come back here, right? And it taps correctly, whatever, right? I don't know for a fact that this trade is gonna go and hit my TP. I can only say, the probabilities of my strategy, they are on my side. There's like a 80% chance that this trade goes right. Hence why I always want to stick into controlling my risk. You understand what I'm saying, you guys? So that's how it is. That's how you should take this. The same thing if the market comes here. Same thing that happened here, like sometime 2 weeks ago here, it hit the stop loss, then we had to get a re-entry, then it moved. You understand what I'm saying? It's all about surviving and controlling what you can. So also here, the price might sell. It's all about preparing, you guys. So you see, like right now, I'm prepared for anything that could happen. And you guys, excuse me for the background noise. I got no control over that, man. You know what I mean? So yeah. So here now, all you have to do now is to look for this. All right, look for this setup. Analyze your setup. This is what you're analyzing here. This is the preparation. Now let's analyze this here. You get what I'm saying? So without me really getting too much or really zooming out too much, you can already see. And I'm not looking to trade too much. I just want to see how can I continue with where the price is at right now. So um, the first thing that you could do is just look for those higher and what is this for those swing points for the most obvious swing points that you can see. These are swing points. This is a swing point, 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 this is a swing point. Without me getting deeper into this thing of like calling it high highs and high lows. You can call it that, there's nothing wrong with that. But to simplify things, let's just say this is a swing point, a swing point, swing point. Why? Because you already see that this is a bullish market structure and it has what higher highs and higher lows, right? So let's look here. This is what I'm saying. And then from here, this is what is there. And this is where it is. So basically now, if I do join here, what this means is this is like this. All right, this is what that is. And the highest point that I can see there is from there. You see how you see how I did that? That's how you also need to do it. So from here, to help me like avoid all this thinking too much, I normally look for the most extreme area. So you see, like here, instead of me using this one, right? You understand, which is cool. I would like to use where there's like an engulfing, a buy engulfing candlestick pattern. So this is a buy engulfing candlestick pattern. I would rather take this one, you know, compared to any other because the success rate of me using or choosing a zone for the market that to come back into that is like a if it has a bullish engulfing, if I'm gonna buy, the success rate is higher. You understand what I'm saying? It's higher compared to when I'm using what do you call this? Excuse me, I just got distracted a little bit. It's higher when I'm using the engulfing compared to when it's just any other buy candlestick pattern. You understand? So it's something that I pay attention to. I can also show you something, you guys here, to say like, all right, this was an engulfing, right? Here, the same issue like with here. You know what I'm saying? So um yeah, the same thing here as I was saying. Sorry, you guys, I keep getting calls. All right, so and I want to finish this thing up for you guys here. All right, so it's all good. So as I'm showing you that the success rate that I've had, is every time I use a zone that has an engulfing candlestick pattern, you know, everything always goes well. Not 100% of the time, like 80% of the time. That's high enough for me, and that's good enough for me. Um, so hence why I always aim for those zones that have engulfing candlestick patterns. You understand what I'm saying? So also here, if I do look closely here, there isn't any engulfing here. So this is the part that I'm saying. I'm willing to let this thing go to say like, if it doesn't come back here, right, it's cool. I'm willing to let it go. Eventually, it will come back. Eventually, something will come. You know, something will present itself. So there's no point in me trying to force here to say like, yeah, I need to. No, no, no. That's not what it is. So me right now, what I'm looking for is I want the price to come back into these zones. And if it continues to go up, all right, the highest point that I see is this one. And right now, this is where we are. And let me remove this. Let me remove this. All right. I hope you guys are following me. So this is simple. If it continues to break here, I told you I would like to continue with the buys going up there. All right. Let's put it like this. If it continues to break outside there, that's what I want to see. But as according to the plan here, it can also come back down here. All right. If I'm gonna take buys, I want to see the price come back into some of these zones here. But preferably this zone here somewhere. This is the zone that I would like to see the price come back into. Um, so yeah, it might actually be a little bit tricky. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. So that's that. And then here, I have US30, and US30, I'm not necessarily gonna analyze this from like the way I did NASDAQ because then the video is gonna be too long, right? I'm just gonna simply update where we are right now because it's still pretty much the same thing. So that is the highest point and the closest zone that I see. Okay, let's remove this. The closest zone that I see here, let's just put like this. This is the highest one. Let's see. Let's since you have something right there. And again, look for those engulfing points. It might be a little tricky, man. I'm not gonna lie. So we have this one here. Okay, I want to see the price come back into the zone again, and then we'll see how everything is gonna go. So let's remove this. Okay. So here we go. And you can add trend lines if you want to add these trend lines. You can add them just so they can help give you a little bit of more confluence into these things. Okay. That's cool. There's a first touch, second touch. We wait for the third touch pretty much. And then this is how everything is looking so far. So yeah, man. So here, okay, which one am I even using? So there's like this one, right? This one, between this one and this one. This is the one that I'm using here. I'm gonna put this one there. And then we shall see. So now the plan is pretty much simple. I'm waiting to see the price come back into the zone, and then we're gonna go up. And then here there's another one, but I don't want to use this one because I feel like this one is even too small anyway. But you never know. You understand what I'm saying? But the one that I would prefer is this one. This is the extreme one. You understand? And that's how it is. But sometimes you never know with these things, man. It might actually come into that one. Let's just highlight it and then we'll be monitoring it. If I do even end up taking a buy straight from here, it will be the least. I would use the smallest risk possible. But me, I'm looking towards this one. This is the one that I'm looking into, and it's closest to this trend line too. So yeah, and again, guys, excuse me for the background noise. These people they just keep talking and talking, and yeah. So here, if it continues to break from there, I will look to take buys from there. Also, yeah, and then this one here, I would say probably somewhat here. If it does break below there, then that's when we'll start to consider looking for the sells. And okay, let's do this. So yes, it's the same thing, you guys. I know someone right now is probably bored to say that, ah, man, this guy is repeating the same thing. Yes, that's what we call consistency. This is what we call trading. A lot of people end up getting bored because of these things, because they can't keep up with this process of doing the same thing over and over again. I love it because you get to make money. Simple as that, man. And then AUD nothing much here has changed, so I'm not gonna really analyze too much of this. The only thing that I can say, I'm still looking to use this zone here. When the price comes back here, I'm looking to get my buys, and if it gives me proper entries here, I will take my buys on that level. So nothing much has changed. Same thing with gold. Now let's just remove this. So if it comes back again into this same level, okay, I'm looking to take the buys from there. And yeah, this is how this is looking. The sell, taking a sell, I feel like it's a little bit tricky right now for me to take a sell. I'd rather take the buys at this level anyway. If I'm gonna take a sell, I'd rather see the price break below here, and then I'll be able to take a sell. Then let's do Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Man, I mean it's already melting. It's already in a sell market structure. So obviously, right now we have to. Um, this is what has to happen now. The same thing just now that we are going in the opposite direction. All right. So this is what it means. Then here, this is what you have. This is the setup. So what this means is if the price breaks outside of here, the trend changes. The price breaks here, continues to break down here, the price continues to move. Now the price is allowed to play around here, as long as it doesn't break this thing. How do you do this? The price is allowed to come back into there, and yeah, just as long as it does not break and looks to push over here. This is a lower high. As long as this lower high is not broken, the price it can come back anywhere into the zones and give us the right entries that we would like to continue that. So now, um, this is what I'm trying to identify here is something. Okay, let me see here. This is a swing point. Okay, you have there. You could use this one here. Use this one, and I'm trying to be quick because I don't want this becoming too long. So this is we have here and here. You guys see the whole point that I'm trying to do here, right? So this is the latest. This is right there. This is right there. Okay, and then I would very much would love to see the price come back somewhere into this zone, right? The engulfing one that I see here is yeah, so this is the one that I'm using. I very much love to see if the price, as you can see, let's go back here to prove that what I'm talking about, guys, it works. So here, this is you would have used this one here. If you were trading that side, you would have used this one. Tell you engulfing. This is an engulfing candlestick pattern. That's what you would have used. You would have waited for the price after it broke this one. Right? After breaking out here, you would have waited for the price to go back into your zone. You put your buy limit, whether you put it here or you put it here, stop loss right there, and then this would have been the go-to thing. So just so you guys see that I'm not just talking. All these things here, they work. Now you just have to be patient. Patience. So let me finish this one. So I'm saying I want to see the price go back into the zone and then we need to continue. If I do add a trend line also just to support, I mean, you guys can already see this is a downtrend, man. We don't even have to really, yes, you can see that's a downtrend. And yeah, and then we look to continue this downtrend for as long as it's gonna be able to push down. So let me see here if I okay. Let me just put this somewhere or at a level that is like, let's use this. Okay, I'm looking for a level where I got the most touches. That's where I want to put this thing. So yeah, make use of all your tools. You know what I'm saying, you guys? Make use of all your tools and all that stuff. I think that level is good enough. Let's just try. Okay, I'll see here. Let me try to push. Yeah, yeah. This is the most touches. Good. So if The price ends up going back there, that will be the overall TP that I want to see somewhere here. The price coming back down into that level. So this is it, you guys. These are the setups. This is what we have this week, and let's see how everything will go. And I'm out.